Okay, the customer says that it'll run for about 10-15 minutes and then it shuts off, and then it cycles, comes on, and then it shuts off. So I'm going to take static pressure tests just to see if I've got high static on my ductwork. Drill the hole here to get a return. I need to get another hole after the filter, so probably see if I can get the side of the furnace there, and then got to get one on the supply, which I'll have to get from the crawl space. So we'll head down there. Okay, we got to get on the supply. We got to get back to that somehow. Okay, static pressure on the supply is 0.206. It's about double what I like to see it. 0.206. Okay, I'm going to take one before and after the filter. The only way I'm going to get after the filter is going to be through the blower cabinet here. I want to stay high. Just shut off again. Flame shut off, but the gas or the blower's still on. Let's redo this. 0. .194. High static. Try it right here. Try it right here. Just shut off again. No fault code. Okay, the furnace just turned off. The flame turned off. Let's count the flashes. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, that's a 1, 2 is blower on after power up. Blower on after power up, so that's not even a high limit fault. That's weird. It almost acts like it lost power somewhere. Well, I'm still going to get my static pressures. I'll come back to this. This furnace just turned off again and I have no fault code. And the first time it flashed a 1, 2. There's my switch is going bad. Brand new switch. My door interlock switch maybe is bad. Flash codes and my gas shut off. It doesn't make any sense. I think I got a bad control board or a bad ground or something of that nature. So 0.34 plus the 2 down there is 0.54 plus the 1 on this is, that's 2, that's 0.7. I definitely got high static, but why am I not getting a high limit fault? I'm going to see if my limit opens, even though it's not giving me a fault. Check my gas pressure. Check the gas pressure here. We run them about 3.0 inches because of the altitude. My pressures are 2.99, right at 3.0, so that's been set. What's weird is it trips, or it shuts the gas off, but it never shows a high limit. It showed a blower on after power up the first time it turned off, and then it didn't show any fault codes the second and third time it shut off. So I'm going to try to collect the voltage across my high limit, see if the switch opens. Something just happened, I don't even know what. Okay, I'm getting a fault code. I think a 2.4 is an open fuse. Did I just plug that in there? I didn't see anything arc. I don't think I did, but (2.4) secondary voltage fuse is open. So what caused that? Okay, I don't know. I was poking around in there with my meter leads, but I definitely didn't think I hit metal, but I could have. I don't see any arcs though. So this thing lost power once. It said it did. And then it just intermittently shut the gas off twice with no fault codes. And now it says I have an open fuse. So I should have another screw in that hole to help hold the door interlock switch closed. We'll look at that. Pretty tight. Wonder about this switch. Kind of want to bypass this switch just to be safe. And then definitely blew that fuse, and it was pretty tight in the fuse holder. Make sure my rail, that's tight. My transformer wires, black and white, are tight. I'm going to bypass this. That very well could be my issue. I've seen these interlock switches fail before. just to get rid of one more thing that could be not making a good connection. We'll get rid of that switch. Put a new fuse in it. See what it does. My wires are tight, they feel tight. My plugs are tight. Check my grounding. My ground wire is actually really tight. They usually aren't. Pretty tight. Got a little more on them, but they weren't loose by no means. Put it back together and see what it does. See what happens. Just checking all my electrical connections, including my ground. Checked this ground, it's tight. Oh, I loosened it, but it was good and tight. This one's tight. Perfect. Pulled this cover off here because I want to just check and make sure this is all good. Make sure my ground connections are good. Especially, again, bad grounding can cause just intermittent issues with the control board. The bottom wire is really tight, but yeah, I can see my ground looks to be connected. Yeah, it's all connected. So, good with that. Good with that. So I know it's hooked up. Okay, we're gonna let this thing run for a little bit. While I put this back together, we'll see if it'll stay on. It's been running for, I've been running for 8 minutes now. The first time it shut off took about 10 minutes, 12 minutes, so it'll stay running 20 minutes. I'll leave it in the homeowner's hands to observe after that. Okay, so this furnace has ran for, see here, 5, 10, 15, 20, 23 minutes with 0 faults. So I think it was the door interlock switch. We'll get a replacement one and put it in and give the customer a couple days to monitor it and see if that fixed it. But I can't find anything else. I've been through everything. Bypassed that door switch. I replaced the fuse because it blew on me when I was trying to get up and test the high limit. I don't think I touched anything. I don't have any black marks on my meter leads. I didn't hear anything spark, but as I was going in to do that, all of a sudden everything shut down. It blew a 2-4 fault code at me, which was open 24 volt fuse. I did have an open fuse. So I don't know if the door switch was intermittently making and it upset that fuse or if I did that, but nonetheless, new fuse, all my connections were tight. I checked them, went through everything, and the only thing I've really done is replace the fuse and that bypass that door switch. And where it kept shutting off like it was intermittently and coming on real quick, I don't know, man. I don't know if it did something to the logic on that board, and all I know is it's running now, and that's really the only thing I've done. So I checked the air filter too, and it's good. All right, we'll get a new switch coming.